Ohio. Orgullosamente estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Orange Walk Trial Farm, para ser exacto, justo en la calle San Lorenzo, desde donde estamos transmitiendo en vivo a través de Canal 10, sirviendo a la gran cantidad de gente viviendo en la circunvecindad de Orange Walk, que no tiene cable. Orgullosamente, Canal 10 está ahí para ustedes. También estamos por todo el país de Belice, debido a los arreglos que tenemos con los distintos proveedores de señal de cable, que permite que nuestra señal se vea por todo el país. También quiero recordarles de que estamos en vivo en el internet y que simplemente para poder ver el show donde sea que te encuentres, y no es necesariamente dentro del país de Belice, pudiera ser fuera, simplemente tienes que entrar a la página, al programa YouTube, y teclar Sugar City Morning Show para el día que tú quieras verlo, porque están archivados los programas ahí, y por la magia de la tecnología, ahí lo vas a ver inmediatamente. Compañeros, muy buenos días. Como siempre, vamos a comenzar nuestro programa con una oración, y te pido que te unas conmigo si así lo optas, y para poder reconocer y agradecerle a nuestro poder superior, a nuestro Dios, y por todo lo que nos da. Hoy sucedió el milagro, compañeros, estamos vivos, y si me escuchas es porque también tú estás vivo. Padre, te doy las gracias por la vida, por la salud, las fuerzas, por todo lo que haces por todos nosotros, mis familiares, mis compañeros de trabajo, los que se unen a esta oración a este momento, sus familiares y sus amistades, en fin, a todos. Padre, muchas gracias por tu paciencia, por tu amor incondicional, muchas gracias por tu gracia, muchas gracias por protegernos y estar con nosotros no obstante. Te pido, Padre, humildemente que continúes amándonos y queriéndonos y protegiéndonos como siempre lo haces. También hoy en particular, Padre, te pido por serenidad para poder aceptar las cosas que no puedo cambiar. Valor para cambiar aquellas cosas que sí puedo cambiar. Y también, Padre, te pido sabiduría para poder discernir la diferencia entre uno y el otro. Te pido esto, Padre, porque muchas veces nos empeñamos a cambiar las cosas que no podemos cambiar o no debemos cambiar, sin darnos cuenta que la persona que debe de cambiar no es aquel, sino yo. Te pido, Padre, esa sabiduría para poder entender de que al final del día yo necesito cambiar. Todos necesitamos cambiar para poder tener una vida más feliz, que tengamos felicidad en nuestras vidas y tengamos paz, importantemente paz, con nuestros semejantes, conmigo mismo y contigo, Padre. Te pido como siempre por aquellas personas que están enfermas, que están en los hospitales, que están pasando por tiempos difíciles porque recién han perdido un ser querido. Confórtalos, Padre. Aquellos niños desamparados, aquellas personas que están sufriendo, y no es porque ellos lo causaron, sino porque son víctimas de guerra, de pleitos, de hasta posiblemente de nuestra propia soberbia. Padre, confórtanos, enséñanos, y indícales de que en este mundo muchas veces tenemos que pasar por dificultades para luego encontrar tu gracia y luego entonces vivir en paz. Te bendecimos, Padre, te glorificamos y te adoramos siempre. Amén. Compañeros, muy buenos días. Ayer tuvimos todas las indicaciones de que iba a llover fuertemente, pero de que sí llovió un rato, y tan pronto consiga yo el reporte del tiempo lo voy a compartir con ustedes. A este momento no lo tengo, pero a este momento quiero saludarte si es que estás cumpliendo años hoy, 25 de mayo. A propósito, tengo una persona muy especial a quien está cumpliendo años hoy. Mélida, te conozco desde que soy chamaco y hemos tenido una relación amigable, amistosa por muchísimos años. Te quiero mucho, muchas felicidades. También quiero saludar a nuestra fiel audiencia. En particular quiero saludar a la señora Lalical, que me dijo su hijo que fielmente nos ve cada día. Muchas gracias, señora. A usted y a su apreciable familia, muchas gracias. Nos hace sentir muy bien, nos anima cuando escuchamos esto, y en realidad muchas gracias. También quiero enviar saludos atentos, buenos días al señor Eduardo, a Fel y a su familia aquí en Otrovenque, y también a la señora Conchita en Otrovenque. Muy buenos días todos, felicidades, que tengan un bonito día hoy. Vamos a ir a una pausa, pero antes quiero compartir tantito de humor con ustedes, que este tipo está pasando por la calle, cada día pasa por la calle y escucha, estaba pasando por una clínica, de donde supuestamente es un asilo, donde supuestamente estaban personas detrás de la pared, pero escuchaba que gritaba un individuo, 8, 8, 8, y él intrigado, que quería saber qué es lo que sucedía y por qué este individuo está gritando 8, y entonces pasó el siguiente día y el mismo individuo está gritando 10, 10, 10, y obviamente está aún más intrigado y quiere saber por qué está gritando este individuo cada que pasa. Encontró un huequito en el cerco y se puso a espiar, y le jurgan el ojo a este momento, y entonces el individuo que está gritando empieza a gritar 11, 11, 11. Bueno, hoy tendremos al doctor Homero Novelo, compañeros, con nosotros. Vamos a tener una muy buena discusión, así que vamos a esta pausa, este momento, y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios. Vamos a esa pausa.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
You might have a mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody got a mom like mine.
Las tiendas A&R orgullosamente anuncian la llegada de un gran surtido de artículos justo a tiempo para el mes de mayo, mes dedicado especialmente para celebrar y honrar a nuestras queridas madrecitas. Si buscas fragancias, electrónicos para el cabello, electrónicos para el cuidado de cabello, relojes de mano o artículos para el desarrollo físico, no busques más. A&R lo tiene todo. Y si buscas sobrecamas en todas medidas, toallas, cortinas para habitación o baño, juegos de olla, contenedores para basura y muchos artículos más para el hogar, Una simple visita a E&R lo resuelve todo. Tiendas E&R, donde el gran surtido y los mejores precios hacen toda la diferencia. Visítanos en cualquiera de nuestras tiendas: Corozal, Orange Walk, Ciudad Belice, Belmopán, San Ignacio, Dangriga, San Pedro y ahora en Ladyville.
They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things, things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175. or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome my good friend, Mr. Emmanuel Martinez, to the Sugars. Good morning, my brother. Welcome to the show. Yeah, good morning. Yes. Good morning, folks. I'm the host of. Sorry. Good morning. Good morning, Pa.
You see how sometimes they can take advantage of the situation? Buenos días, compañeros, and welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's always a pleasure to greet you, and always a pleasure to welcome Mr. Robert Checky Usher to the show. Good morning.
I don't welcome you already, man.
No, I need to welcome you. How is that? How you doing?
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I have to remember when I go for that break, like you have to carry up on the break, right? Mercy, remind me right now. Mercy, play a nice song there for you. I'm good, pa. Like Friday, but I feel good today. You know, feel good today. Not just because of Friday, but it's a wonderful day. We wake up, we see life once again. And we have to give thanks to waking up this morning, you know. We say, what a beautiful morning, what a wonderful morning, what a beautiful day. I'm feeling that something is coming our way.
Yes.
I will ask you to one piece of cane, boy. One piece of green cane. Not a bun cane, no. Green one out of the field.
I don't remember.
You know eat cane then?
Like I said, I don't.
You don't remember. Yeah, I remember they used.
Why? Did you eat some yesterday?
No, because some people sell it by the leaf sticks, you know. They
Oh
cut
yes,
them.
at the market you can get it, but I've never been a fan of just of that. I've never really been a fan. As a matter of fact, I can recall that my father used to bring, when at that point, you see, the type of cane has changed. The
quality?
Not the quality, but the species, the variety.
Okay.
There was a time when, obviously, try to get the more disease-resistant variety and the sweeter cane and so forth. So sometimes the big juicy ones aren't necessarily
The sweetest one.
the sweetest one, or the ones that are the fittest for the environment. But I can recall that my father used to bring cane like this thick from his cane field. This is about 35, 40 years ago. And yes, I would enjoy that because they were juicy, but now the cane is of a different variety.
Yeah. I see
It is much thinner.
Yeah, when they had the Sugar Fest right here, and also I saw at the Spanish Lookout Day that they had the Spanish Lookout, that Saturday was there. They were grinding the cane and making juice and selling juice right there. You know, I never really tried the juice, but it looked like people may enjoy it because a lot of people they buy the juice. But talking about juice as well, Mr. P, you know Mr. Pollard, not you, pa? Mr. John Pollard. Yeah, he do one juice too, you know, out of ginger, and then he has some cookies, some nice cookies that they make, and they're very nice. And when you drink the juice, you feel a nice taste in your stomach because of the ginger, you know.
Well, ginger is a good thing to consume. It does wonders for the stomach and for the digestive system.
Yeah.
And I'm glad for him that he can,
Yes, man, the man.
capitalize on the availability of ginger, and we have good ginger.
Yeah.
So it's time that we begin to be proactive.
Yes,
in
yes,
terms of
yes.
The production of all of these things, because we would be importing all the ginger teas and all the ginger extracts and all the ginger juices. When at the end of the day, we have all the ginger in the world, and why do we need to import it? We just need, like Maurice just said, a little initiative.
Yeah, a little initiative and get
A
it
little
done.
initiative.
Yeah, but one of the days, I asked him to try the cookies, because you remember we spoke to Mr. Pollard last week, and he said that they don't really have the ginger juice in the stores because of the shelf life, right?
Well, I just overheard you talking to him, but yes, you cannot just put something on the shelf without going through the proper authorities.
Yeah.
Because obviously you need to go through the Baja people and to go through the whatever other authorities. But in particular, when it comes to using preservative, putting something on the shelf, and if at the end of the day that product does not last, and people buy it and put it and take it home, and within 7-8 days it has gone sour.
Yeah.
Well, then you need to make quick amends to that.
Yeah, or people buy it and they get sick,
Yes.
But it's a good thing, and I'd like to congratulate Mr. Pollard and his wife, for doing so good, and because the product is good. I tried it already. So it's
What
very
about
good.
the cookies? What about the...
Yeah, the cookies, I see them at A&R.
But are they ginger?
Yes,
ginger cookies?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, when you go to A&R, one of the days you could try one pack. The taste is very good, pa.
Oh, A&R?
Right here at A&R in Orange Walk.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so when
I
you,
did not know that. Actually.
yes, when you go to A&R, you try it, pa.
As kids, we used to buy the ginger snap
The-
cookies.
yeah, ginger snap. Yeah.
And, well, I'm looking forward to that. And if you'd like to try the locally made Belizean cookies, please, give it a shot. Give it
Yeah.
a try.
Yeah, let's keep it local.
Let's keep it local, and let's promote the consumption of local. One thing I'd like to say, however, and since we're talking about juices here, and ever since the advent of people being able to bottle their own juices and sell them, because obviously this is a rather brisk business, brisk way of doing money. I mean, quickly selling a juice for $1.50 is a lot of money.
Yeah, right now it's not $1.50, it's $2. Most of the places are selling them for $2.
For $2. Well, I
Yep.
know places around my area that are still selling it for $1.50. I wonder why it went up to $2. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that if I'm paying $2 for a juice, let it be a juice. Let it not be water. Straight up. People are noticing that a lot of it, you're running away. They sell you under the label that, oh, it's natural juice, and that it is a healthy alternative to drinking Coca-Cola or drinking any of the aerated beverages. And it turns out that the juice is so full of sugar, straight up, so full of sugar, that it may be as damaging as drinking Coca-Cola and even more expensive. Because you could go and Coke for $1.25 and you pay a juice now full of sugar for $2. I would prefer...
Yep, you're right. Comparison.
Yes, straight up. People are talking about it. Give me some good juice, man. Don't give me some water. Like in Mexico, hay el jugo de la fruta y hay el agua de la fruta. Y el agua is just very watery, and that's what we're selling here. El jugo would be the real juice, with just a little bit of water perhaps, but right here, man, even the horchata is so watery. But just to call you out, guys.
I wasn't aware of that.
Advantage of some people selling it for $2, when at the end of the day, and I like to say one thing, there are some people who hold on to their virtues and hold on to their principles. There is a lady by and Miss Fell, she produces good juices, and this is where I began to appreciate the fact that $1.50 gives you good juices with pulp inside, and not the watery stuff that you buy.
Yeah, sometimes they ain't got taste, don't you?
They ain't got taste.
And sometimes some of them got taste, they're bitter.
Well, I don't know about the bitter part. I've never had one, but the point is that, my God, I mean, I appreciate and I don't mind paying $1.50, $2 if you're gonna give me a good juice.
Yeah.
You know, melon juice or watermelon juice that you can actually taste the watermelon or taste the melon. But some people are taking real advantage of the whole situation.
Yeah,
I'm charging you $2 for a pile of sugar. Just watch it.
Yeah, and I never aware of that you mentioned, you know, when you do the comparison that you can buy a soft drink for $1 or $1.25 and you pay $1.50 or $2.
But the thing is the way it's being touted and sold. Oh, it's a healthy drink. Yeah, healthy drink. Drink orange juice. It's all sugar, straight up. And if you're running from one and going to the other, you're doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, because you remember, Emmanuel, when Alexis, I think, Resinius was here, the nutritionist.
Yes.
She was saying the oranges, some of these fruits are already sweet.
That's right.
And you still have dash one lot of sugar in there.
Yes.
You know, double up or triple up.
But it's all economics at that point. Because with 10 oranges, they make a little... they get about as much juice like that, and then they add on 2 parts of water. But then to give it some taste, you have to add on sugar and add on sugar and add on sugar, and it turns out that man alone sugar I drink.
Yeah, they got some people who drop in one little tongue in it. They mix it with the tongue.
But then again, it's not, don't tout it as all natural. Hello.
Tell me where they sell me.
Tell me where they sell. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just calling out some people. I think that it's only right that they do this as a service to the community. Estamos tomando esos jugos y jugos y jugos cuando en realidad pues están etiquetando como si fuera jugo natural. Yo aquel día pagué $2 por un jugo que supuestamente es natural, y resulta ser agua. ¿Ya me entiendes? Agua. Así que...
You've tried the juice at Mercy's already? The one downtown that is front of Isaac's Warehouse?
Yes, I've tried it.
Yeah, for the one not too bad. For the one is okay.
Well, it's one of those that I don't mind.
Yeah, but and if you notice, most of the food stands out there, they have their own made juice for sale.
Because, like I said, it's a very profitable thing to do, to bottle your own juices, I'm just saying that at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we're changing one for the other. And for as much as we like to drink the cold, refreshing lime juice or orange juice or melon juice, give me something decent, man. For $152, give me something decent. Don't give me no pile of water and sugar.
Yeah. This text here says, what about the sugar of Santander selling in the market? What will happen to ours? I don't really know if Santander they sell sugar on the market.
As far as I know, all the sugar that Santander is producing is going to Europe.
Yeah.
That is as far as I can understand. But if you can give us more information where you can actually tell us that Santander sugar is being sold in the market.
Yeah. But if they are selling it in the market, they must go through the Bureau of Standards or some kind of
well, not necessarily. Maybe it's being pulled out by somebody who
it could be that too.
Pilfering the sugar from the factory straight up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I believe, right, like what you said, the sugar that is out here is the one from ASR, BSI, right?
That's right.
As far as we know.
As far as we know.
Yeah.
But then sugar, that's sugar, and once you have it in a plastic bag, I don't know who
plastic bag is not labeled, right?
Well, I don't know who produced that. So
sugar.
But we have our guest at the office.
Yeah.
So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
A high school basketball showcase took center stage at the first ever event to take place in the historic state-of-the-art Belize City Civic Center. Thanks to the government of Belize, Belizeans now have a massive modern entertainment and convention facility to be utilized by all sectors of society.
I have gone on record to say as well that Teachers' Day this year, which will come in next month of May, will also be here in the Belize Civic Center. All 5,000, almost 6,000 teachers strong will converge here in the Belize Civic Center for a massive event. There is no other place in this country that can hold the kind of numbers that the Belize Civic Center can hold.
Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the washers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not do it in your own country? Sun, fun, and relaxation are just a short distance away. Have a taste of barefoot living, or enjoy the sounds and taste of an authentic Garifuna village. Allow yourself to be swept away by Southern hospitality and living. Escape the hectic world and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Friday, the 25th of May. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. Hoy al Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy es viernes, el 25 de mayo. Quiero darle la bienvenida a este punto a una persona bastante especial aquí en este estudio, al doctor Homero Novello.
Gracias,
Muy buenos días y bienvenido al show. Sobre todo, y con la presencia del señor Checky Usher, ¿okay? Ante todo, una nota personal, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, Emanuel, bien, gracias a Dios. Con la bendición de Dios, me siento bien. Todos estos días estamos trabajando.
¿Chambeando?
Caminando, haciendo un poquito de ejercicio. Todo bien, todo bien.
Yeah, boy, the man that walk for you, pa. The man that walk for you. Está bajando.
Le está bajando, pero está bajando la rodilla.
No, sí, es que la mera verdad, como tú nos acostumbramos, tenemos unas compañeras de hogar que cocinan todos los días y se preocupan de que tengan los 3 alimentos y a veces nos invitan afuera también y hay que hacer el esfuerzo.
Yeah.
Es bueno.
Yeah, Doc, we read a release some weeks ago that the United Democratic Party sent out a release for persons who are interested in being a standard bearer in complete 31 constituents in the country for the United Democratic Party. But we see that the oppositions are having conventions all over, and some of them are contested conventions as well, and we understand that some of them are very heated. Are you aware of some of these, what's going on?
Well, not to the point that perhaps, the in-depth of the opposition party, but yes, we have seen through the length and breadth, Emmanuel, the different infighting that there is. Like, in Corozal, we see 5 candidates vying for the Corozal Bay constituency.
5?
5.
Has that ever happened before?
I
5
can give the names, Thea Garcia, Nara Garcia Data, and then you have Lido Vega. You have also Ewins. You have Shamir Alpuche, and you have a guy named Dado. So
is this Corozal Bay where the current
that's
Minister of Health,
Minister Pablo
Marinera.
So that's happening this weekend, or that?
Yeah, this weekend. And the thing is this, that like many are saying that the PUP will win the next general election.
Who's saying that?
Well, a famous television station with somebody there that is telling everybody that this will happen, and many people are starting to perhaps put this in their mind. But we are here to tell you the other side of the story, that in fact, the little win that the PUP had in the 3 municipalities, including Belize City, is being shredded by all the infighting that is happening from where the leadership of the party to the people who are vying for standard bearers. And a perfect example is the fact that Now that Belize City, Cordell Hyde seems that when Belize City feels like he has power and he's wielding it in the sense that he is advocating and putting candidates and supporting candidates for the conventions, which is a direct challenge to the leadership. We see it in Corozal, Thea Garcia, Nara Garcia Data, is Johnny people. You find Dido Vega is Marin and I think Cordell. You have the rest like Shamir Alpuche, who seems to be who topped the polls on the municipal elections.
Oh, he's a current councillor?
Yes, a current councillor. And there were problems on Facebook where saying that he's not supposed to run because he's a councillor. But the good minds over there said, well, if he can't run because he's a councillor, then what about Orange Walk Mayor dumping himself completely into the east to vie for his a seat in the Standard Bearer in Orange Walk East? So conflicts everywhere.
What do you think is going to happen in the Corozal Bay division?
All right.
What do you think is going to happen there?
The solution is this weekend. The elections is this weekend. Can you forecast somebody who is going to be winning in that PUP division? From what we see, because we have to look at them a little keenly. From what we see, a good leader is somebody that when he walks with his people. But a no good leader is the one that takes money and buys out everybody, and he shows a big face, but he's paying them. Now it seems like this is the modus operandi of the Briceño clan, and so Thea, we understand that she has about 50 campaigners, all of them on a salary, and it's somebody that shows that maybe she has the power, but everybody can see through this. Whilst the other candidates who don't have that work with people that really support them. And it's the same thing here in Orange Walk. The mayor, has a lot of people on his pay sheet. But we are also wondering whether the mayor of Orange Walk has that money in his pocket to spend, or he's spending the money from the town council.
I do believe that it's absolutely necessary to clarify one thing to the viewers, and that is that if there are more than two, let's put it very simply, if there are more than two people who are aspiring to any political position, to a standard bearer position, there must be people who are behind these people, who are promoting them and who are sponsoring them and literally pushing them to the forefront. How real is the possibility that there is somebody else who is eyeing the position of leadership in the People's United Party? What threat has the Musa Fonseca portion of the PUP? Have they gone under the table? Are they tactfully using somebody else, like Mr. Cordell Hyde? Or is Mr. Cordell Hyde sufficiently big to be able to take on Mr. Briceño by himself? What are your views about that?
Well, I don't have much opinion on their infighting, but one thing I'll tell you, Cordell is wielding power because he saw Belize City, he's had a win in Belize City.
So your opinion is that he's a formidable force in the PUP?
Yes. And not only that, what happens to Johnny, of course you have in the closet you have Karim Musa, who he dissed out of all the parts of the PUP secretariat, all the different areas, jobs and positions. And you also have Julius Espat, mind you, he's still there. Now Cordell Hyde pops up, and to be honest, Cordell is supporting different candidates on different conventions, so that he has his own people also. Doing this is a direct challenge to the leadership, because he's supposed to be with the person that the leader perhaps is pushing. But what happens though is that with all these people fighting, you have Valerie Woods in Belize City coming into the scene also. Valerie seems to be a formidable person that nobody can stop, although Johnny told her to stand down. She ain't standing down, and this lady, she's coming and defying all odds. So, who's supporting her? I mean, we can see that she has the great support of Cordell Hyde again. So, these are the things that we're seeing, and como decimos en español, a río revuelto, ganancia pescador.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. But that we also saw that from the Paul Thompson camp that they sent a letter to the Secretariat of the People's United Party with signatures on it and saying that they are in full support of Mr. Thompson. And they want Mr. Thompson to be their standard bearer, the executive from that area.
You see what happens? Typical PUP. The old guard is not dead. The old guard is not dead. We're seeing it in Corozal with Thea Garcia. Her mother is Narda Garcia. Who is Narda Garcia? Boy, everybody knows Narda Garcia and the Social Security scheme with Monchi Cervantes. You also see that she was a big person with the Musa administration in the 98 to 2008 era, where the worst things happened to this country. So you see one coming up. The other one is the Marines also are coming up. They're supporting people in Corozal for that constituency also. Then you also have flanks in Belize City of the Musa Fonseca administration coming through. Somebody else. Listen, these people, and not to mention, the fact is Joko already put up his head in the Belize City Council. So all these things, the town councils, like in the Orange Walk town council being neglected by the mayor, who, listen, he's more in the east than anywhere else than doing his job. These things, people are not getting the services. You have Corozal that Rigo Velos promised that he was going to end poverty and all the security issues that are around Corozal, which, of course, was an empty promise. So people are asking, what about those promises? I mean, you promised that you're going to help us, you promised all these things. And likewise, the mayor in Belize City who is calling, people out there barbarians. I mean, what is the PUP doing? They were just given a little break, and this is it, classic PUP. So Belizeans are getting the sense, is this the kind of leadership that they want? I mean, they have not voted for that old guard that, from 98 to 2000, because the worst era of Belizean economic and political policies were rammed through our throats. And then the same people are pushing their heads little by little to come up. Man, if the Belizeans have not trusted them, how will they do now? And it's a pity. But it's our loyal opposition, and we really need them as the opposition. I think they will continue as the opposition.
Tenemos una necesidad de hablar en español para nuestra audiencia, así que con su permiso vamos a tratar de practicar tantito en español aquí. Yo regreso al tema que si es que ciertas personas están apoyando a ciertas otras personas para ponerlas en lugar como standard bearers y para tenerlos en su campo.
Sí.
Y estas personas dentro del PUP no están bajo el liderazgo de John Briceño. Entonces estas personas se puede decir que están aspirando ellos mismos para el liderazgo dentro del PUP. Yo me hago la pregunta cómo es o por qué es de que no se ha descubierto esto. Y la única, y yo no sé si al final del día si es verdad o si es una una sensación percibida nada más, para empezar a explicar por qué es de que esta situación dentro del PUP no ha sido descubierta. Porque claramente estamos viendo, compañeros, claramente estamos viendo más de un campo dentro del PUP, que unos yendo contra el otro, y obviamente las posiciones dentro de lo que son los delegados y para poder asentarse y poder decir, ok, ya tengo a este, ya tengo el otro, él va a votar para mí, para liderazgo. ¿Será que quizás se está sucediendo tan sutilmente que los comentaristas políticos no lo han visto? ¿O será que quizás aquí estamos en una situación privilegiada de poder verlo? Y somos los únicos, pero de lo que estamos viendo, compañeros, que hay una amenaza al liderazgo de John Briceño, de que lo hay.
Sí. Yo creo que cualquiera lo puede ver. Yo me atrevería a preguntarle a Chequi, ¿qué haría él en la situación de Johnny Briceño?
¿Yo?
¿Qué harías? Ve tanta gente que te quiera tu cabeza.
Yo vivo en Orange Walk North, Doc. Yo no soy en Central.
No, yo sé, pero la mera verdad es, yo creo que Johnny lo está viendo tiempos difíciles de liderazgo del PUP, con todas esas...
Pero una cosa más quiero añadir, simplemente, no es poniéndole el backdrop de que ya sucedió esto una vez con John, cuando le han literalmente robado el liderazgo. ¿Será que por precedencia, será que por lo que ya sucedió una vez, será que personas piensan que pudiera suceder otra vez?
Bueno,
pero de que pudiera, pero la pregunta es, ¿será que John lo va a permitir? ¿Y qué está haciendo él para evitar que esto suceda? Y si aunque lo esté viendo suceder, ¿cuánta determinación trae dentro de él? ¿Cuánta, hasta puede decir, fuerza testicular tiene él para poder decir, ya basta? Yo soy el jefe, no tú.
Bueno, como si vemos históricamente lo que ha pasado con Johnny, si vemos lo que nosotros hemos visto y es público, la plática que tuvo con este muchacho Chell, que se grabó y fue algo viral que todos supimos. Si vemos también históricamente cuando él fue líder, perdió el liderazgo y creo que lo consiguió Spat, y luego Fonseca, y finalmente él otra vez. Él comentó de que él había en esta grabación con Chell, de que él estaba gastando todo su dinero, iba a dejar en bancarrota a su familia por el PUP. Y también comentó de que pues el apoyo que él tenía en ese tiempo pues, no era un apoyo, digamos, redondo. Entonces la gente no sabía esto, pero era el sentimiento que él vociferó en esa grabación. Sin embargo, sabemos que creo que lo mismo le viene sucediendo otra vez. Esta vez, si tiene a mando la secretaría del PUP, creo que pues Ashcroft tiene que ser ahí, tiene que haber un big financial que lo está empujando, lo está apoyando. Y una de las personas que viene en nuestra mente es el señor Ashcroft, que posiblemente pueda estarlo financiando con el fin de poder recuperar BTL y poder tal vez subyugar a la nación de Belice a los precios que nosotros habíamos visto en su época cuando él era dueño. Ahora, si él tiene ese interés, él sí es capaz de gastar buena cantidad de dinero para mantener a Johnny. Pero a la vez, cuando tú ves que están tiroteando este árbol, sí trae algo. Pero la mera verdad es de que a Johnny lo han tiroteado varias veces y lo han bajado. Como mencionaste, cuánto es que Johnny tiene ese carácter para decir, pues, ¿sabes qué? Aquí el jefe soy yo, como mencionaste. Y ¿Qué clase de líder? Ahora, la gente, se lo ponemos a la gente. ¿Qué clase de líder ustedes quieren ver para que tenga el Partido Unido del Pueblo? ¿Qué clase de líder? ¿Ah? Es este tipo de líder
que todo dando.
Sí, el líder que todo el mundo pues se lo quiere cascarear, se lo quiere quitar, se lo quiere chambonear, o un líder que
todos respetan.
Con todo respeto, y cuando abre su boca todos lo escuchan y ven en él, digamos, cosas del futuro.
Vamos a tomar esta llamada.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Morning, Manuel. Morning, Checky. Morning, Doc.
Morning,
sir. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show once again.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit disturbed about some news that I saw about teachers sitting out at a high school in Belmopan.
Oh, yes, in Belmopan. Yep.
My understanding is that the teachers are sitting out because of the administration's concern about 66 students, a high number of students that did not meet the academic standards to graduate. Now, I am concerned because 66 students in a classroom is a fairly large number.
I agree.
And it is not the responsibility of the administration to teach the students. It is not the students' responsibility to be totally prepared. The classroom and the impartation of knowledge and information is the teacher's responsibility. I was a teacher once, and if 66 students in my class don't make it, mea culpa, I'm to blame. So they're out there sitting, and they should be in the classroom trying to improve the quality of teaching.
I agree.
It is the 66 people that did not make it is a reflection of the quality of their impartation of knowledge to the students. They fail to do it, and now they're out there sitting and trying to look good. Man, they should be ashamed of themselves. They look in the mirror and say, mea culpa, I should go back in the classroom and do better. Thank you.
I agree with you 100%,
Thank you very much,
sir.
Point taken. It's valid. You know,
you was a teacher as well, Dad.
I was a teacher also, and I got heavily criticized because I taught in Muffles 1 year, and I was criticized because of my analogy of Muffles success. They were asking a 70% pass. I think they're still asking that. A 70% pass, you were there, for students to be able to proceed. Below 70, it's a fail. You fail. But I went out by and said, all right, let's look at the institution itself, if it's academically viable. You meet approximately 100 students. That time they used to take 100 students in first form. 4 years later, only 45 or 50 of them graduate. Now, if you put the 70% pass, what's that percentile on Muffles as an institution? What's its pass? 45%, 50%. So they couldn't see through that. And I tell you what, everybody in Muffles was a mathematician because Muffles has been known for mathematics. And at that time, the principal was a mathematician, but he couldn't see that calculation. Obviously, something was not right. The institution was putting away a lot of students while there, and then, they had a lot of, solutions to this, but they had a lot of excuses also. They said, oh, their children are coming from cane farming places, and they don't study because they're cutting cane and they're loading cane, they have to do all these things. Man, that's not a good excuse.
I'd just like to quickly go back to that story that was in Belmopan.
Yeah.
And it says that teachers are sitting out at the high school because 66 students did not make it to graduation. Am I right? Is that what the story is?
The teachers are sitting out or the students?
The teachers are sitting out.
Teachers are sitting out.
Okay.
Because they are saying that
66 students did not make it to graduation, which, as the caller mentioned, is a direct reflection on the capacity/incapacity of the teachers to be able to impart information. So I don't know the reason, and it seems to be very ironic that the teachers would be sitting out on the side of the student saying, oh, he should be permitted to graduate, when at the end of the day, under their tutorship, under their teacher, with them as teachers, the students have not done well to be able to give them the ability to graduate. So I don't understand this. I just don't.
Yeah,
if the information I've been just given is right, I can't understand it.
I'll get the story in a few, Pa.
Yeah, what happened though, if that's the case, I mean, our school is three-dimensional, tripartite. Students, teachers, and parents. Three. Now, for a student to make it, you have to have that amalgamation of efforts between the three portions. But if one or two are not into the mayhem, the milieu, then you find that a lot of problems like this can start appearing. But obviously, as a teacher, you cannot just have, let's say, 20 students and you have 50% of those, 10 of them not making it. Because it shows back on you and says, listen, what am I? But again, it's not easy. It's not good to be giving away grades. Because I found institutions that give away grades just to be able to have students. Because there was an issue that the more students a school has, and the government subvention to them is higher. But it's a pellucid trend walking.
Did you get that story, Chick?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, let me get that.
Yeah. So Doc, it has to do with the teachers, the students, and the administration.
Parents, with your permission here, I'm going to use a comprehensive mess. Obviously, a direct pun on the word comprehensive, because comprehensive is the name of the school.
Yep.
Teachers staged a sit-out at Belmopan Comprehensive School yesterday. They're displeased with an administrative change in graduation requirements. And then you have a BNTU representative saying, the staff of Belmopan Comprehensive School wishes to offer clarity to our actions over the past few days and to convey our dissatisfaction via a sit-out. So they're demonstrating. This chain of events comes as a direct outcome of decisions conveyed to staff by our school's administration, decisions that will certainly change the landscape for academia and impact existing standards and specifically the graduation policies of the school. You have another teacher who says, many of our teachers are sitting out today. Majority of our staff is sitting out because we are concerned about some of the policies. But tell us what those policies are. We not just make references to it. That were being implemented when it comes to the graduation. We find that they were being changed and the policies that we do have are not being followed. So Benita says, so what's next? And she says, the majority of teachers are out here. We are hoping a meeting with the Board of Management. But if you notice that no reference is made to specific policies in this report. So
what was the current policy and what was the new implementation?
What was the current policy and so forth. So I don't understand, like I said, that situation. There may be that the teachers have a point, that some of the policies were changed, whilst unduly, but I don't understand. We have to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
We definitely have to get more information, because at the end of the day, once you have established a platform and said you do this and you graduate, it's something else when you change then the goals, change the goals and say, tell you what, I lied to you. Let's get that.
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
I'm on the air?
Yes, sir, go ahead. Yes, you're on the air, go ahead, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt again, Checky and Manuel.
You're not interrupting. It's very good when you call.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but the bottom line is that it stems from the failure of 66 students not making the grades. It stems from that. And there's no change to that. They didn't make it, and therefore, I repeat, the job of teaching, the job in the classroom is the absolute responsibility of the teacher. And bottom line and fundamentals, no changes. It stems from 66 failures. There's no changes in that. Perhaps the administration is trying to make policies to save their face, because essentially, the school's failure to graduate 66 students is not a good academic performance. And as I repeat for the third time, the job of teaching in the classroom is the absolute and total responsibility of the teacher. The policies came after the incident. They are trying to patch up and make policies to accommodate. And I understand that clearly. But that does not change that 66 students did not make it. And it does not change that it is reflective of poor performance on their side. And I'm talking about the teachers out there. If I were the Minister of Education, I would tell them exactly that. Look, this is your baby. There are people there with you whole year. And this doesn't happen. Man, I have to look for you again. So don't know that. I will call you if I need you. I will check your performance. And then I will deal with it. But that is just a gist. I'm just kidding, because the minister will not do that. But he should take a serious look at what happened.
Sir, can I interject here, ask you a question? Do you know what were the policies that were changed that are causing the problem?
No, I'm not familiar with all the policies. I understand that some of the policies are changing graduation, the graduating policies, and etc., etc. But what does not change, Madam Cheki? What prompted all this activity is the failure of 66 students, which they recognize is an alarming number. But let us not shoot on that horse. The responsibility of the classroom for 300 and change days per year is the absolute purview of the teacher. And the quality of the students is a reflection of the capacity of the teacher to do a good job. So they should be lashing themselves, not sitting out there taking a break. They should be trying to run into the classroom and say, it's my fault, let me try to fix that. Not sitting out there taking a day off. That damn it, they are being paid. And they are being paid for a poor, lousy job. Sorry, bye.
Yeah, sure.
We have to look at it in a way to, if 66 students never reach the passing mark, why some reach and the others never reach? So we have to look at, try balance it up when it comes to the teaching and the students as well, because I know everybody fail. Some people pass. Some of the students they pass.
But you'll always have that scenario.
Yeah.
Some people are just naturally better students.
But 66 is questionable.
I'm intrigued here about the change of policy, because what if, and I'm just creating a scenario here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying that if the policy for graduating out of fourth form says that you must have, one, a grade in excess of 70%, just let's say. Two, and I'm not saying that this is the policy, I'm just creating a scenario. Two, that you must pass English and math. And all of a sudden, or just English, just let's say. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the year, the administration changed the policy and said, oh, it's not only English that you have to pass, it has to be math too.
Well, you said you're creating a scenario, right? But in reality, yes, it's English and math.
So it's English and math. So,
yeah.
Oh, so I was right with that.
Yes.
Okay, so it's English and math. I'm not sure of that.
Well,
those are the religious, the Christian.
The ones that are on the
religion. You have to pass religion?
Yeah,
what we will do, Emmanuel, when we go on the break, I'll call the school and have you talk to the administrator. So
Let's see what we can do there.
We can get some good points.
Yes. But we're going to break quickly, okay? And we'll be right back with you because we'll get them on the line and find out more.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Hi, I'm Judy Hua, and I'll let you know about my DigiNet experience. It was so easy. Literally, they just asked for a few things like my ID, they asked for my address, and they even asked me questions that how could they improve their service. I won't lie, I'm a social media holic. I would surely recommend it to my friends, especially when we're doing our FaceTime calls or WhatsApp calls. You know, our calls won't get dropped. See you guys in a bit then. For my professional side, well, I do television, so for me, we have to download a lot of files. We have to ensure that when we receive them, we check them before it goes on air, and DigiNet has made that experience easy for me. I have the 5 meg plan, which is wonderful because it's only $69. So I'm really glad that they did the promotion. In my area, in Kingsport, I was the first one to sign up.
Available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, Belmopan, and now Orange Walk. Coming soon to Placencia.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Maintaining steadiness, consolidating stability, advancing growth.
In the Capital 3 budget, provisions of over $43 million have been made to finance the following key infrastructure projects. Continuation of the upgrading of the Hummingbird Highway, $11 million. Continuation of the Belize Southside Poverty Alleviation Project, $4 million. Commencement of work on the upgrading of new sections of the George Price Highway, including the construction of a new double-lane bridge at Roaring Creek, $13 million. Commencement of work on the upgrading of a new section of the Philip Goldson Highway, $5 million. Commencement of work on the new Airport Link Road, joining the access road to the PGIA, joining that with the Western Highway, $3 million. Commencement of work on the new Haulover Bridge, $3 million, and commencement of work on phase 1 of the Caracol Road project, $4 million. In addition, provision of $9.5 million has also been made for projects in the education and health sectors and towards our vaunted poverty alleviation programs. Mr. Speaker, I should point out that as we have done in all the years since taking office, we will again be financing our capital program wholly from concessional sources provided by our international development partners. We will not be borrowing any funds on commercial terms. These are the investments that will continue the transformation and continue to bring the jobs to lower even more the unemployment rate and lift lives and the economy.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Why go anywhere else on vacation when an unforgettable experience awaits you right here in your own backyard? Explore southern Belize, home to the Cacao Trail, the historically rich Maya, and our illustrious southern heritage. Satisfy your sweet tooth with a cacao tour, relax by the river, or enjoy a basket weaving demonstration. Stop in for some delicious southern food. Come and enjoy some good old-fashioned southern hospitality. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rostrands, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rostrands.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Doc, it's a beautiful morning, but you know what unique about today, Doc, what we're not having today? Some 15, 20 years ago this morning, a lot of people may wake up with Goma.
Really?
Today is the 25th, man. Yesterday, I'm the 24th.
Oh, yes.
You know, a lot of people may waking up
yes.
this morning with that orange walk day, Goma, and a lot of people may like get their leave money together for the winnings, for the horses, you know. But
yes,
things have changed. Let's get this call, Doc. Yeah. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello.
On air?
Yes, you're on air. Go ahead.
Okay, Tricky.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to appear to be shooting the same dead horse 3 times.
Well, you can't kill more one time. Once you don't
dead. I am passionate about this situation in Belmopan.
Okay.
And that analogy that I just heard about some students pass and some pass is not a good one. No. Because in every group, you will have the slow, the bright, and the brighter. We didn't choose to be born that way. That's the way we are.
That's when the teacher come in, right?
Right. And then it is the job of the teacher's job does not finish in the classroom. Dr. Lavana was a teacher and he can support this. The teacher's job does not end in the classroom. He goes home and he makes what they call a curriculum. I was a teacher too. He makes a curriculum and a teaching plan. Right, Doc?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes. So in that plan and in that curriculum, he has to identify the students, the slow, the bright, and the brighter. He's not paid to teach only the bright.
Yes, yes. We had a communication with the high school, and I believe Emmanuel has picked up some information.
Yes, I did speak to the personnel at the Belmopan Comprehensive School, And fortunately, well, I'd like to just inform you that currently, as we speak, the sit-out is not happening. They have been granted their requests, which means that they wanted to sit with the Board of Management, and that is happening at very shortly, or happening at the moment. I'm not exactly sure, but that has been granted to the teachers.
So regular classes.
In terms of the policies that were changed or that are causing the problem, the person who I spoke with was not at liberty to talk about those policies. And she referred me to Ms. Hutchinson, who is the actual principal, and she has said that she has no authority to talk about that to anybody. So it's very unfortunate, because I too am intrigued by this situation. I am of the opinion that this situation, well, first and foremost, we need to know more about those particular policies that were changed, because that will have a bearing on the reason why these people are sitting out. If the goals 6 were changed during the course of the year's studies, then there might be some irregularity there, perhaps not to justify the sit-out, but at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I am in complete agreement with the caller. I'll be telling you straight up, I'm in complete agreement with the caller who says that it is if you had 66 students failing to meet the requirements for graduation, it is a direct reflection on the capacity or incapacity of the teachers to train them sufficiently to meet those requirements. That's my take on it.
Okay, well, we are glad to know that we had the privilege of getting in touch with them to do that little clarification.
We'll be keeping you informed as we go along, because hopefully at a later hour I will be speaking to Ms. Hutchinson, if possible, to get to know more about these policies, because at the end of the day, this is not only relevant or relative to Belmopan Comprehensive, but also it can be happening at one of our local high schools. So let's just be prepared, be informed about this, so we know what's going on.
I think that's a teacher will just worry about the MP, all of them. But that you as a teacher, because a teacher is always a teacher. What are your take on something like this when you're hearing this story?
It's a little appalling, because the fact is that who writes the last word on the report card is the teacher. Has to send it to administration. But then every time you give a failing grade, there are a lot of things that go through your mind. The history of what happened here goes through your mind, and you sort of, put it clearly on perspective and say, was it my fault? How much fault do I have here? When you put a 95, how much is it that you put into this for this person to put a 95, to get a 95? So every time you write a grade, yes, there's a mirror right there of yourself. And obviously, having so many students failing your class is deemed to show that maybe I was not doing the right thing, maybe I don't have the training to teach, or some skill was missing from the environment, that my material was not able to penetrate to these people and really make them part of the lesson. But like the gentleman just mentioned a while ago, when you plan, you have to plan for all the 3 levels of students that you have. You have to plan for the slow learners, not that saying that they're slow learners, not saying that they're not smart, they're very smart, but they're slow learners, the average person there, and the very bright people. You have some people that academically they're good. And then you have the slow learners that you say, but these guys can be so bright that they can pick up a skill pretty good. So you have to be hitting that average person so that you strike a balance between everybody. The good ones, well, of course, they're going to pick it up as quickly as possible, and they were going to excel. But it's these slow learners that you have to worry about, because they are people, they are students, and who knows, they will one day become leaders in our community. But at the same time, every time, like I mentioned before, and the gentleman mentioned, yes, it's a reflection of the teacher, and in fact, the whole institution of learning. So it's kind of surprising and appalling to hear that, you know, so much people fail. But again, we have to look at our generational change. Right now, and I just got myself a little text about a gentleman sending me a text telling me that, listen, today's students don't want to read. Students don't write well, don't read well, because texting has taken over their lives. And whilst texting, nobody cares about your grammar. Nobody cares about your spelling. Nobody cares about these things. Once the sentence goes, then everybody is happy. So these things in an institution do create havoc. And the next thing the person mentioned, many of our students are no longer reading, not even the newspaper, not even, you know, journals or whatever that comes around. They are not reading at all. So what they're doing, they're on Facebook all day. They're seeing, you know, all kinds of gimmicks, all kinds of videos, all kinds of things there. You know, this has attracted their mind that many a times they're not doing their homework. They're not perhaps practicing maths and English. And do remember, maths and English are the most important subjects that many schools do ask that they must be passed for to be able to be successful. So if you're spending so much time there, yes, technology, Facebook has created a vacuum in the minds of, you know, the educational system of Belize.
Yes, true. We will be finding out more about those policy changes as during the show, if we get a chance, because we need to, before we can give a sensible, give any sensible commentary on that, we have to view it for what it is. Like I said, I do believe that, well, I have already given my position in that regard, but we need, in all fairness, to get to know more about those policy changes, because I think that at the end of the day, that is very important.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen,
before we go, if you
yes, go ahead. That's exactly what I wanted to ask you.
On the same topic, someone says here, Emmanuel and Doc, teachers don't do curriculum; they do lesson plan.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. Very, very good.
What's the difference between a curriculum and
the curriculum is the overall plan. Overall plan. The lesson is specifically for subject or material that is being imparted in the classroom. So the curriculum is, maybe it could be a 4-year curriculum for high school, which entails first form, second form, third form, fourth form. But a lesson plan is specifically, like, for example, a subject, like, you know, physics, math, chemistry, or something.
Can we read that comment again?
It says here, teachers don't do curriculum. They
but it's
do
not within the purview to do the curriculum. No. It is the Ministry of Education that would do the curriculum.
That wasn't mentioned here, right? When
no. Well, maybe.
Yeah, but it's a lot of responsibility when it comes to the teacher and the administration as well, because I think the administration should look up in the classroom and find out how the classroom is going through the term. So when you reach the exams, you know how the students are coming on. Do they have like a mock examination in high schools and so that?
They do. Like, for example, before at least that's what, I was a teacher so many moons ago. We used to do mock exams like GC, there's those times we had GC or CXC mock exams at the ending. Like, you know, your test, your students, the skills, take you know, the CXCs of 2-3 years ago and give it to the students to see if they are prepared. And there you have a good idea who is doing who and what is doing what. And it was good. I mean, I as a teacher used to love to do that, because I used to test my students and see, all right, I have a set that will be going to sixth form on a scholarship. You know, those times, you know, we had scholarships. And so it was good, because I was teaching several science subjects, math, biology, and chemistry. And so I used to test my students with that.
Yeah, this text is pertaining to, I believe it's about conventions when it comes to politics.
Yes, welcome back to that topic.
This person say, why do they scratch your name so that you can't vote for this convention, and when the big election come, they need your vote?
I don't understand that.
Yes, that happens. What happens is that depends on the type of convention that they have. Normally, what can happen is that if they have an open convention, anybody can go and vote. And there's not much, monitoring of this. Therefore, but it has happened, therefore, let's say it's a UDP convention, it's open. Well, the other candidate can perhaps be able to push his hand there by sending his own people, and another person gets elected who, in the longer run, will be a weakling compared to him at the general.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the
but then
scratching
that's one type of convention. The other one is a convention whereby they're going to select the hard people of that party to run. So if, let's say, you have, your name is on the list, but they regard you as somebody that perhaps is not
supporter of that
party, they're going to scratch your name. They don't want
you can't go vote there because this is a party convention. Yes. So you can't go vote there for that party convention. So they got you right up. But when the big election comes, why where you got me?
Yeah.
I think that's what the person is referring to.
And just just on a little note, I would like to congratulate this person, Maritza Manzanero. She is from Cayo Norte. She says Cayo Norte is UDP land. And I'm very happy about people sending us this information, congratulating us here on this desk, telling us that it's good that we have some good analysis this side. But yes, indeed, she regards everybody as friend, the PUPs and everybody. But Cayo Norte is UDP land.
Well, we know that, right, yes. Pa? I was talking about Cayo.
So yes, Maritza, have a nice morning, and thank you very much for the info.
I was part of the Cayo Norte subdivision at one time. I used to vote in Cayo Norte.
Really? Yeah.
That's the Salvador Fernandez era?
That was the Salvador Fernandez era.
Okay. Yep, Cayo Norte, boy, nice area. Yeah, but
that was the time when I was living up in San Ignacio, Pulitree area.
Yeah, like I think all the conventions they are right now, they got certain people who want to vote in the convention or certain candidates who don't want to go vote, but they say, man, I can't put you in, but I try see if I could squeeze you in. But when they go to say, you can't vote.
Going back to the topic of leadership, ladies and gentlemen, we have very interesting times ahead. We have so much so for the PUP as for the United Democratic Party.
That's right.
We had discussed the UDP, and today we discussed the PUP. And obviously, I believe that whoever is able to solve its leadership problems, the quicker we probably have a better fit with the general. But at least the UDP has a timeline already. By May next year, we are supposed to be having a leadership convention to see who will be the...
So by May 2019, there is a convention scheduled for the United Democratic Party
right.
to select a new leader.
Yes, that's right.
A new leader for the party, and obviously not only a leader, for a deputy party leader as well.
Right, right.
Yes,
all right?
right, yes.
Okay. And I just want to put this in perspective because also considering the fact that we heard last week, or this week, was it this week? Last week? It doesn't really matter. That the Prime Minister has gone abroad again for medical reasons. Obviously, it should become very clear that this situation is not getting any better, but it's worsening. And very shortly, he will just very simply have to say, tell you what, I can't deal with this anymore. But he has, it's not me announcing it, he has announced it so many years, even from, I think, 2015, when he said that he's not going to contest any further elections, but that he went even further to say that he will not sit as Prime Minister for the 5 years. That as a matter of fact, for the last year or so, he will, before elections would be 2019, that he will actually step down and permit somebody else to take over. Okay, and the timing we see here, can it be pre-May 2019 or post-May 2019?
We need to clarify something though, when you said step down. Actually, yes, he will demit how do you call it?
His office.
His office as Prime Minister. But he will still remain as an area representative.
Yes, it's understood. It's understood.
But Doc, is it there is any policy in the party, like Emmanuel rightly said, that next year we should be having a leadership convention in the United Democratic Party, which is the party that governs the country at this time. So is it automatically that somebody that are the party leader could be the Prime Minister, or this Prime Minister that is elected right now is for the rest of the term?
But
actually, what happens, from what we understood, is that Prime Minister Barrow will demit his office. He'll still remain in as an area rep, but he will allow somebody to be the Prime Minister until the general election. This can happen. Parties can do that. But the thing is this, that then we always had this. We have a deputy Prime Minister right now, Patrick Farber, who actually supposed to succeed the Prime Minister. But there is a leadership convention to make sure to see that, and this is what the Prime Minister is, a very intelligent man. He wants the people to decide that rather than, this just taking place, he's opening it to the public, making it more democratic in the sense that, all right, you guys, you want Patrick Farber, all right, you elect Patrick Farber. You want whosoever, you elect that person. You want this other person, all right, your choice is yours. And that's how the United Democratic Party functions.
Does it has to be someone that is elected area representative, or it can be somebody that belongs to the party? And let's say that person go and he wins the leadership. Can he be Prime Minister?
Obviously, he's going to be, yes.
Even if he's not an elected representative?
No. He has to be elected.
No way.
Yes.
That person cannot. And obviously, I don't think that it has not occurred in history where we have a party leader who is not a current sitting member of the House. It has happened, however, that we have a party leader who contests the general election and loses.
Right.
And so then the person who we need to go through a selection of one person who would then be called a parliamentary leader. Okay? But not necessarily the party leader. He's the parliamentary leader.
Emmanuel, and we've also had a case in Belize, in the history of Belize, whereby we had a leader of the opposition, went to the general election, won the general election, but was not Prime Minister. He gave it to somebody else. And this is the case of Florencio Marin Sr. Florencio Marin was the leader of the opposition in the, I think, what's it? Prime Minister lost it. George Price lost in 1984. I think he came back from 1989. Yes. So Florencio Marin was from 84 to 89 leader of the opposition. In 89, PUP won. But he was not Prime Minister. He gave it to Honorable George Price to become Prime Minister.
That time, Florencio was the only opposition in the House?
That's right, yes.
On that UDP term, right?
No, yes, on that UDP
the 84 to 89.
Yes.
So he was the party leader.
Yes.
But then when the election came, he won as party leader.
Yes, he won. But he gave the
Prime Ministership
back to George Price.
Okay.
Yes. So these things.
But that was an internal thing. My question still stands, however, and I'm looking at the timing of events, and I would believe that Mr. Barrow is pondering right now as to the timing relative to May 2019 when this National Party Council happens, because we do have a current Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Patrick Farber. We do have the possibility that the position of party leader and the position of deputy party leader since it's going to be opened for party leader, okay, then that means that there can be somebody else who may want to contest the position of party leader and who may also be able to win. And what if he wins? What if that person wins? Then the situation is such that Mr. Patrick Farber would not become the Prime Minister.
And
And the
deputy
person
as well.
who recently was elected at the National Party Council, May 2019, suddenly becomes the Prime Minister?
Yep.
Or would you have a situation where perhaps to appease certain people, you have the demission of office, where Mr. Barrow would say, tell you what, I'm going to demit office a bit earlier, so automatically Mr. Farber becomes Prime Minister.
You mean before the convention?
Before the convention. And then, you know, Mr. Farber becomes the Prime Minister automatically because the Deputy Party Leader. And then until May 2019, then there is the selection of a new party leader. What would happen then? Is it an automatic succession to Prime Minister?
Of course, what you're saying is, you know, just suggestion.
Conjecture. Conjecture.
But it could happen.
But it can easily happen. The point is, I'm laying out all the possibilities. So, you know, because any number can play.
Yeah, he can do it before the party convention or after the party convention.
That's exactly my point. So the point is, when is he going to do it?
And you know when the PM usually makes some big announcements, it's usually on Independence Day or on his New Year's speech. Right?
Yes, that is exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, maybe have the time?
22 to 9.
22 to 9. Let's quickly take this last break, and we'll be right back with more. Vamos a esta pausa.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize. This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
Ever since my mom switched to Diginet, my internet experience has not been the same. My online gaming is on point. I can keep up with my online classes and I enjoy Netflix and chill even more. Nothing beats Diginet's reliable internet speed. I pay only $69 monthly for my 5 megabyte plan. It's perfect for my budget. And you can even get higher speeds that's bundled with free mobile and free home phone for even more savings. But don't take my word for it. Visit the BTL office and ask about Diginet today.
Available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, Belmopan, and now Orange Walk. Coming soon to Placencia.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
You might have a mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody got a mom like mine.
Las tiendas A&R orgullosamente anuncian la llegada de un gran surtido de artículos justo a tiempo para el mes de mayo, mes dedicado especialmente para celebrar y honrar a nuestras queridas madrecitas. Si buscas fragancias, electrónicos para el cabello, electrónicos para el cuidado de cabello, relojes de mano o artículos para el desarrollo físico, no busques más. A&R lo tiene todo. Y si buscas sobrecamas en todas medidas, toallas, cortinas para habitación o baño, juegos de olla, contenedores para basura y muchos artículos más para el hogar, una simple visita a A&R lo resuelve todo. Tiendas A&R, donde el gran surtido y los mejores precios hacen toda la diferencia. Visítanos en cualquiera de nuestras tiendas: Corozal, Orange Walk, Ciudad Belice, Belmopán, San Ignacio, Dangriga, San Pedro y ahora en Ladyville.
Buster. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It is exactly 15 minutes before 9 o'clock. It's a beautiful Friday morning here, and we're talking politics this morning. We're speculating really about the future. The future is uncertain, but once we know what are the possibilities, then we begin to conjecture, we begin to suppose and compose, and Mr. Jovic knows the whole situation,
we don't want to confuse people, right?
Yes, we tend to confuse. But at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, the big deal is going to be the leadership. The leadership problems in both parties. One, because both parties will be having National Party Council conventions sometime next year. So we have some very interesting times ahead. So much so for the PUP, so much so for the UDP, and we will have, I'm sure, changing horizons quite easily.
Maybe I should give a chronology of certain events. We have re-registration coming in July. After that, we have the referendum. After that
happened in April.
Yes. After that, we have the village council elections.
Damn.
Yes, and well, we also have the conventions, the endorsements, and all these things. But we have the village council elections in early next year, and after that, we have the leadership convention in May. And then, once everything's settled, all scores are settled, then goes the general election in 2020. And so it's a chronology of events leading to the general election.
So, like I said, it's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Things are starting
So
to be busy.
sometimes you hear in politics, not a thing they happen. Everything seems to be the same old grind. Well, when it comes to like from now to 2019, a lot is going to be happening.
Yeah, a lot, yes. And it's for interesting times when the whole country starts to shape up and define itself with all its leaders, all its constituencies, the opposition putting up its slate, just like government putting up its slate to meet the general election. And it's something that, you know, the latter half of every administration looks forward to, because you have conventions and endorsements happening in view of that general election. But I'll tell you something, I really love the United Democratic Party's piece on this, in that, you know, many of the ministers, they have won, some of them have won more than 3 elections, but the majority of them have won at least 3 elections consecutively, which I guess, you know, many of them are saying, all right, well, I've won everything that could be won, I made history, I can perhaps demit my office to somebody else, and let the party rejuvenate or bring forth new faces, new ideas into the ring. And so it has happened, rather than, you know, have some ministers or some representatives lose their seat on a convention or perhaps be removed at a general election. You know, these things are more democratically made now. Yes, we've had people like the old guard in the PUP who perhaps had to lose their seat for them to be removed. They're also putting up new faces, which is something that we have to look at the leadership, all the leaders in Belize. It's a reflection of the time. It's a reflection of the ideas that are brewing, that are coming up. And it's a reflection of all the different possibilities and the problems that have been encountered, coming with solutions and their mindset to be able to put Belize forward in the right direction and, you know, continue the progress that Belize has seen for the last 10 years, which is something very important. I just met somebody, in fact, our good friend, our technician here Raim was in PG, and we were just talking about the beautiful Hummingbird Highway, the beautiful Southern Highway. And I was telling Raim, listen, I used to drive from Orange Walk to PG, and it took me 4 hours from here to there.
When was that?
But the length of road from Shaibel gas station or the Southern Highway is about 100 miles. Just that piece of road cost over $100 million. Wow. So these are some of the big investments this United Democratic Party government has done. And if you look at it, I mean, they have invested heavily on bridges and roads, signs and roundabouts and all these things in our country to make transportation much easier. Plus, there's a big investment also on BTL with this fiber optic extension that they're doing throughout the length and breadth of this country for better services, data and communication services, which is also an investment coming in from the government of Belize through BTL. So therefore, yes, the UDP has made Belize progress in giant leaps and steps. People talk about gas prices being high. Of course, when gas prices were $12, you know who was in government? $12 a gallon. Who was in government then? It was the PUP. So just to come and tell us that, you know, it's too expensive at 11 and change. Yes, it's expensive. We do agree with it. But can somebody tell OPEC to bring down the gas prices? You know, OPEC is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries in the world. They are the ones that sit on big commissions on deciding prices and where petroleum will be sold, bartered, bought, whatever. So these organizations are the ones that are handling prices. We can't tell them to bring down the fuel prices. I mean,
we're way too small as a country and way too small as a market for us to have any input as to the price of. So we just have to live by. Tenemos que simplemente vivir con ello, compañeros. Y no se trata como si el gobierno pudiera influir en los precios de petróleo, los precios de gasolina. En realidad no puede. En realidad esos precios que vienen son de las fábricas, de los precios mundiales de petróleo, que cada día va subiendo y va subiendo y va subiendo. Y como correctamente dijo el doctor, cuando tuvimos el precio de la gasolina subir en exceso de $12, para ponerlo en perspectiva, fue el PUP que estaba en lugar en gobierno. Y sí, igual nos quejamos, pero tampoco no voy a estar apuntándole el dedo al PUP porque el PUP lo subió, porque tengo que ser realista, que no es ningún partido que lo sube, sino simplemente es el precio mundial de la bendita cosa. Y que al final del día, compañeros, compañeras, Belice es un mercado tan pequeño que no tenemos suficiente poder para poder influir los precios. Si los árabes se sientan en sus oficinas y dicen, vamos a suprimir o vamos a reprimir la cantidad de petróleo que hay en el mercado para que eventualmente suba el precio, pues ¿quién los para? ¿Quién los puede parar? Nadie. ¿Y qué un país como Belice puede hacer? Simplemente verlo y decir, pues lo tenemos que comprar de todas formas, porque Belice no produce su propia gasolina. Tenemos que comprárselo a otros países, ¿ok? Así que, y no crean que el gobierno se hace la millonada con impuestos, porque finalmente, ¿no crees tú que el gobierno está consciente de que el precio está subiendo y que hay gente que va a hablar y que obviamente a él le conviene que la gente no hable y que no se esté disgustado pensando de que el precio de petróleo, de gasolina subió y que quizás podría bajar sus impuestos un poquito? ¿No crees que el gobierno piensa de todo eso y que muchas veces no lo hace? Claro que sí.
Manuel, si me permites, yo encontré una señora y la verdad esta señora es una persona bien inteligente. Lo encontré en San Román y me mencionó esto, que cada vez que el autobús sale de la aldea y lleva a los estudiantes al colegio, esos impuestos que nosotros estamos pagando van para esta facilidad que el gobierno está dando. Se puso a pensar, me dice, hay más de 100 autobuses en el país llevando estudiantes. ¿Te imaginas cuánto cuesta al día? ¿Cuánto recorren estos autobuses? Para ver si es casi gratuito a los estudiantes. Además, el $300 que se le da a cada estudiante para ir a la secundaria cada año es dinero que se recupera a través de los impuestos. Ahora, si muchos dicen, pues es que ya no le pongas el impuesto a la gasolina, entonces ya va a haber muchos de los servicios que no se va a tener. Es, como dicen, regresar a los tiempos de cuando tal vez no teníamos ni electricidad. Es difícil. Sin embargo, este gobierno esos impuestos lo invierte para salarios de maestros, salarios de trabajadores de gobierno, para toda esta gente que están dando un servicio a nuestra nación. También se utiliza para componer calles, extensión de electricidad, alumbrado, muchos otros servicios. Ahí están los hospitales. Todos vamos al hospital, un médico nos atiende y al fin y al cabo no pagamos casi nada por ello, pero hay un costo para todas estas cosas que nosotros muchas veces lo tomamos, como dice, we take it for granted, ya se nos olvidó, ya pensamos, queremos demandar muchas cosas más Pero la mera verdad, se está pagando eso, costo de ambulancia, costo de médicos, costo de hospitalarios, medicamentos, todo el equipo.
Tiene que haber la gente que esté pagando impuestos para que estos servicios estén disponibles.
Claro.
Punto.
Y si quieren mejor, también va a haber más impuestos. Y si lloran por el impuesto y no se dan cuenta que los servicios están allá, quiere decir que no estamos viendo todo lo que está pasando. El gobierno vive del impuesto, pero estos impuestos se invierten en estas cosas.
No estamos justificando ciertas cosas. Simplemente estamos poniendo en claro lo que cada gobierno en cada país del mundo tiene que hacer. Tanto aquí como en México, como en los Estados Unidos. ¿Qué tal si viviéramos en esos países no como de escandinavos, como Noruega, como Suecia, donde tienen una alta cantidad de impuestos? Sí, claro, el nivel de vida es alto, pero te ganas que $10,000 al mes, pero estás pagando hasta $4,000, $5,000 de tu salario al mes al gobierno. Y claro, hay escuela gratuita, hay universidad gratuita, hay servicio médico gratuito, hay esto gratuito, pero al final del día es la misma gente que lo paga. El gobierno no tiene una fábrica de dinero ahí metido, no lo tiene, ojalá y lo tuviera.
Pero esta señora de San Román me mencionó algo. De veras, ¿sabes qué? El gobierno está dando todas estas cosas. Y me dice, ¿sabes qué? Yo tuve la oportunidad de analizar esto. Si el PUP gana, yo estoy seguro que al otro día van a quitar esas cosas. ¿Sí? Entonces, pues mi hijo va a sufrir, mis hijos van a sufrir. ¿Cómo van a ir a la escuela? Ahorita dice, les doy $5 para que vayan a la escuela. Pero sin esos servicios les tengo que dar hasta $15, $20 para que vayan a la escuela. Eso porque ella le da su bastimento al joven para que pueda comer algo.
Su lunch.
Sí. Entonces, me dice, $5 a 15, a 20. Oye, ¿cómo vamos a hacer nosotros para poder mandar a nuestros hijos al colegio? Entonces, son cosas para ponerse a pensar y decir, sí, estamos pagando, claro, obviamente. Pero si usted ha tenido la oportunidad de haber viajado a Estados Unidos, también en Estados Unidos se paga el impuesto bien alto. De cada dólar estás pagando casi cerca de 40 centavos de impuesto. Entonces, ¿por qué? Estados Unidos es un país desarrollado, es un país rico, pero todos están pagando impuestos y impuestos bien altos. Cuando uno hace overtime allá, casi la mitad se va en impuestos. ¿Entiendes? Entonces, cuando un país desarrolla es porque su propia gente está invirtiendo de esta forma para tener los servicios y tener las cosas que uno necesita para poder educar a los hijos, para poder tener servicios hospitalarios, servicios de energía, de agua, de luz, teléfono, en fin, todas estas cosas que nosotros ya estamos acostumbrados y que muchas veces utilizamos ya sin pensar de dónde viene. Pero sí tiene un costo todo esto, y la verdad no es justificar los impuestos, porque a nadie, inclusive yo no me gusta pagar impuestos, pero lo hacemos porque la mera verdad vemos el beneficio que está saliendo de eso. Mire, toda esta infraestructura que este país tiene, esta infraestructura es impresionante, y todos pedían de, ¿cuándo nosotros vamos a tener una carretera como lo tiene México? ¿Cuándo vamos a tener, digamos, una infraestructura como lo tiene México? Vino el gobierno del UDP, lo puso, y ¿qué? ¿Queremos más? Claro, obviamente, muchas más cosas que se pueden hacer, y estamos ambiciosos de más, pero ¿saben qué? Es un costo y hay que pagarlo, porque todo esto, no crean, se prestó el dinero para ello y hay que pagarlo, obviamente. Pero una cosa sí les voy a decir, que este gobierno prestó a precios, a intereses de 1% bajo el Petrocaribe, 1%, mientras tenemos el super bond de $1 billón que ellos también están pagando, a pesar de todo lo que está pasando en Belice. Estamos pagando esos $100 millones al año para el Superbond. Y la cosa es de que este Superbond no fue una inversión que trajo progreso y un buen resultado a Belice. No podemos decir que con el Superbond nosotros no estamos ahorrando nada, al contrario, nos endeudamos y no sabemos ni dónde, pero sí nacieron varios millonarios de esto. El UDP, en su manera de prestar y todas estas cosas, ha mostrado dónde ha gastado el dinero. Y obviamente que todos nosotros podemos, hasta el más ciego se puede dar cuenta. Si nosotros empezamos a pensar, digamos, en muchas otras cosas mejores, es porque tenemos un gobierno que está consciente de lo que Belice necesita. Queremos muchas cosas más. Ya queremos tal vez está en San Pedro, en vísperas de tal vez poderse construir un aeropuerto internacional. Eso es para facilitar el turismo, porque el turismo está trayendo bastante dinero a Belice. Pero hay muchas otras cosas más. Queremos más fábricas en Belice, digamos, en el ámbito de agricultura, para poder también exportar y tener esas ganancias, que vengan esas divisas que vengan de por fuera. Pero, ¿cómo lo vamos a hacer si tenemos un gobierno que no se preocupa en la educación de los hijos? Un gobierno que cuando entró, quitó el free education que la administración de Manuel Esquivel había dado. Y ese mismo gobierno puso a Cordell Hyde como ministro de Educación, el mismo Cordell Hyde que ahorita anda apoyando, digamos, candidatos en diferentes divisiones para las convenciones. Entonces, queremos regresar a eso. Queremos verdaderamente volver a ver esos tiempos. Yo no creo que no. Yo creo que la mera verdad, yo no digo que no, el UDP tiene sus errores. Todos cometemos errores. Pero yo creo que la transparencia y la manera como ellos han invertido ese dinero es algo que todos nosotros vamos a vivir, vamos a disfrutar por generaciones.
Well, gentlemen, the time of the morning is here. I want to remind people to start getting ready for the big cancer walk, which will be tomorrow. That's tomorrow morning, I believe.
That's exactly right. Beginning at 5:30 from the San Martin gas station. Empezando a las 5:30, compañeros, recordándoles nada más de que habrán autobuses saliendo del parque a las 5 y 5:15. Y si es que necesitas de transporte, por favor, ir al Parque Central, donde de ahí te van a poder transportar a la gasolinera San Martín, desde donde va a empezar la caminata a las 5:30. No esperes de porque te dormiste y te despertaste a las 5:35 y llegaste ahí 20 para las 7 que te van a esperar a ti.
Bus gone.
Tanto el bus ya se quitó como la caminata ya empezó. Pero vas a poder unirte a la caminata, porque te estamos diciendo que va a tomar todo desde San Martín a través de todo Trail Farm, entrar a Cinderella Street por New Chitos, subir hasta Dunn Street, por donde está Dickerson, bajar Dunn Street y cruzar la calle por donde está Ministry of Works actualmente, entrar en lo que es Guadalupe Street, bajar todo Guadalupe Street, entonces entrar en Belize Corozal Road y bajar todo Belize Corozal Road hasta que llegues al Parque Central. Me imagino que es una caminata de aproximadamente 2 a 3 millas.
It's a long road, pa.
Sí.
Yeah, but,
así que equípate con tus tenis bastante confortables y ropa así bastante ligera. Obviamente, te pido que por favor apoyes el Cancer Support Group comprando las playeras que son a $20, ¿verdad?
Yeah, $20 and I
y
believe
ahí
the
van a ver
va
a haber para vender. Así que esa es tu contribución al Cancer Support Group, que está haciendo un trabajo formidable para ayudar a esas personas con esa enfermedad. Así que mañana a las 5:30, recordándoles, la caminata empieza.
And that is followed by a health fair at the park as well, right?
At the health fair at the park.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes after 9, pa.
Ok, pues a este momento yo quiero pedirle a nuestro invitado, a Homero, al doctor Homero Novelo, que nos dé sus comentarios de clausura y ya luego rápidamente cerramos el show.
Claro que sí, Manuel. Yo quisiera saludar a Badra, la encargada del Cancer Society aquí en Orange Walk, que han hecho un buen trabajo. Mis saludos, porque la mera verdad es una persona que se ha dedicado a ello. Y estoy seguro, esta vez va a ser su 10º año en el Cancer Walk. Es algo impresionante. Y la mera verdad, pues hay que volcar a ver los casos de cáncer en Orange Walk. Yo he estado campañando y he encontrado varios casos de esto, casos también de bastante diabetes. Y sinceramente creo que tenemos que voltear a ver nuestra manera de vivir, cómo vivimos, cómo hemos estado haciendo y qué es lo que estamos consumiendo, porque la mera verdad esto tiene repercusiones en nuestra vida. Y es importante mirar eso. No sé si vamos a ver la llamada.
Go ahead, Doc.
Sí, es importante ver esto, porque la mera verdad necesitamos empezar a comer más saludable. Muchas veces en nuestra cultura no comemos, digamos, vemos a veces el rice and beans que comemos, que es una comida muy saludable, pero hemos tenido la cultura de comer el salad. El salad, en primer lugar, pues es un alimento, pero es muchas veces la parte de ellos es importado. Las verduras, como el tomate, el repollo, la lechuga, el chile dulce, en vez de ello es mucho más saludable. Recuerden, todo lo que viene enlatado muchas veces trae preservativos o conservativos, y esto es lo que posiblemente se calcula que nos está dando todos estos problemas, diabetes, cáncer. También el alimentar, digamos, comida chatarra o fast food, como chips, galletas, toscas a nuestros hijos, es también algo que nos está afectando. El ramen, desgraciadamente a muchos les gusta y dicen que es bien, bueno, es bien barato. Yo he probado los ramen también, pero la mera verdad, como un alimento no es algo de lo mejor. Es mejor tal vez comer un pedazo de papaya, melón, un pedazo de sandía. Siempre acordarse que las verduras, las frutas y las verduras es lo mejor para la salud. Eso nos trae mejores cosas. De esa forma, si comemos bien, menos vamos a ir al hospital, menos vamos a tener emergencias con el doctor. Muchas veces no nos vamos a enfermar tan fácilmente. Las verduras siempre apoyan el sistema inmune. El sistema inmune es uno de los factores más grandes en nuestra defensa contra muchas cosas, contra bacterias, hongos, virus y también contra el cáncer. Así que hay que alimentarnos bien, señores y señoras, para no tener todos estos problemas. Sabemos que el cáncer a veces también es causado por ciertos tipos de virus y lamentablemente son transmitibles, pero en muchas otras ocasiones es porque lo que comemos, a lo que nos exponemos, lo que meramente causa eso. Le pido a todos ustedes que por favor se recuerden de todo eso. Y Madra, felicidades en tu 10º aniversario con el Cancer Walk. Le deseamos a todos lo mejor en mañana, que tenga todo sea un éxito. Y a todos ustedes, a los de Orange Walk Norte, de todas mis aldeas, desde Otrobenque, Trail Farm, Blackwater, San José, San Pablo, Douglas, San Román, San Luis, San Pablo. También tenemos San Antonio y las otras aldeitas allá. Por favor, pasen un feliz fin de semana.
Gracias, doctor. Gracias, muchas gracias. Me uno al mensaje que dijiste con simplemente añadir un comentario. Y yo creo que este comentario te va a llegar cuando te des cuenta de que el chino nos vende el pollo frito, pero el chino no come el pollo frito que hace. Con eso les dejo. Compañeros, les quiero dar las gracias al equipo de producción, le quiero dar las gracias a nuestros invitados, a Chequi, que fielmente, compañero que fielmente está aquí con nosotros. Le quiero dar las gracias especialmente a la audiencia, a ustedes, por estar con nosotros. No obstante, muy dentro del corazón, les doy muchas gracias. Recordándoles de que este show repite a las 9 y también repite mañana a las 10 por la mañana. Pero de todas formas estaremos de vuelta con ustedes el lunes. Así que se cuidan. Mi nombre es Emmanuel.
And I am Robert Cheque Usher. Have yourself a wonderful, safe and blessed weekend.
Muchas gracias, compañeros. De igual forma, les deseo todo lo mejor este fin de semana. Cuídense mucho. Nos vemos el lunes. Primero.
All the best, Doc. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Manuel.
City Morning Show.